New fashion movements are shaping the Middle East landscape from the ground up, and none more so than the modest movement.
It's not just about covering yourself, it's about feeling good while doing it and looking classy and elegant.
We want it to become part of your day-to-day, to the point where you don't think twice.
Trendsetters and fashionistas redesigning their own fashion rules to mirror an evolving Middle East.
Bold, fearless and unexpected. You just never know what you're going to get.
Is conservative the new cool? Beirut is hosting a party. And not just any party, the most fashionable event of the year. Vogue Arabia is celebrating its one-year anniversary in the Middle East, a testament to the thriving fashion scene in the region. Tonight, the iconic Sursok Palace Gardens welcomes some of the region's best designers, celebrities, models and fashion giants. The man responsible for this arduous task is Manuel Arnaud, editor-in-chief of Vogue Arabia.
As an Arab woman, I think that it's very important for Vogue to be here because we are kind of offering a window of the beautiful things and the amazing women that come from the Middle East to the world.
Proudly vying for attention amidst the Western-influenced glitz and glamour, an alternative trend rooted in the Gulf.
I'm used to being the only hijabi in a room, but it hasn't stopped me from looking and embracing and loving their styles. And I've gotten so many compliments on my style, so it feels really nice.
Much more covered up, but it's also very beautiful. You're much more chic in what you wear and how you carry yourself, which I love.
What's unique about fashion in the Middle East? I think that, first of all, there's a kind of an interesting sense of identity.
This sense of identity wasn't always so self-assured. Western trends once dominated the fashion landscape, mimicked and embraced by the Middle East.
I think that it's common knowledge that Paris, New York and Milan are the capitals of fashion, so it's basically where historically everything happened. The household names like Givenchy, Dior, they were all based in these cities that I've just mentioned. So naturally, they kind of like set the tone for the industry. I think that it's very interesting to know that even since the 60s, the Arab clients were very important for these fashion houses, especially for couture, and still today.
During the 60s, fashion trends in some part of the region imitated the West. Designs were daring, low cut, and legs were bare.
We cannot forget that fashion in Europe and in the United States has been going for centuries. It was basically where the fashion industry was created.
In the Middle East today, a new generation of designers, models and trendsetters are putting a unique spin on their fashion heritage, taking the familiar Western aesthetic and giving it a modern Middle Eastern twist.
I think that Middle East fashion has definitely a special flair. It's fantastic to be a part of something that you kind of feel the energy in the air. Also, I think that the region is kind of like secretively in the past, that people are very interested of what's going on here in the region, and that just makes fashion more appealing. I think that definitely the designers from the region have an amazing heritage to work with, and that kind of reflects on their designs and in their success.
One Saudi designer doing amazing things with his heritage is Hatem Al-Akil.
Toby is a representation of encouraging people to express their individuality. We have a very conformist fashion society, and the whole idea was for me to kind of encourage people to express themselves a bit more. There's an expression in Arabic that says "Elbas min tu'bak," which means wear your own style.
Hatem is reinventing the thobe.
Payroll marketing.
A classically formal garment worn by men in the Gulf.
So this is where it started. Me wanting to show a different side of tradition. So we had to wear a tobe every day. I was not happy by the fact that I couldn't express myself through fashion. So I decided to find some good tailors and change it around. I wanted to flex my creative muscles, just like every designer wants to, and I became very avant-garde. Yes, it did put me on the fashion map.
He's dressed the likes of Christian Louboutin and Snoop Dogg. He's bringing Savile Row to Saudi Arabia.
They are making fashion their own, and they are just finding solutions to their beliefs, to the way that they want to live their lives, to what they want to communicate to the world, and that's really exciting and beautiful, you know? There's a certain sense of freedom. Women have now the option to wear what they want, and if they want to look amazing dressed in a modest way, they have those options, and that's fantastic. No one wants to be wearing like a potato sack, you know? You want to have options that kind of make you feel glamorous, that make you feel elegant, while still being truthful to your beliefs and to yourself.
Mariam Masali is a fashion editor and founder of Niche Arabia, a luxury consultancy firm in the kingdom. She was also the first Arab fashion expert to be invited to the White House.
Saudi is one of the biggest markets on YouTube, on Snapchat. I mean, so you're seeing that this young population is already engaging online, and I think that's also put down the barriers. So we may still be segregated, let's say, physically, but yeah, on the online realm, we're interacting, and I think that's also kind of helps shed those little, those taboos or let the barriers go down. And I think that's something that's really going to be interesting now that we're opening up as a country where we're allowing people to come in, where we're making Saudi more accessible to the outside world. This silhouette, which I love.
In the past, national dress codes limited creativity, but now regional designers are creating their own fashion language.
It's a bit more practical. You have your pockets, you have your linen, so it's quite, it's supposed to be wrinkled, it's fine. I love the fact that we've made the hijab trendy, and I think that's kind of cool.
Lima Aden is the first hijabi model to be featured on a Vogue cover.
Why not? Why not still be modest, but still look chic, still feel beautiful, still go with the trends? We're still girls at the end of the day. That's something we all have in common.
The multi-layered faces of fashion in the Middle East not only express art and personal style, but also a reflective sign of the times.
What's happening now is that sense of freedom and empowerment, where a woman can dress according to her beliefs and to feel comfortable and not feel pushed to wear something else. So I think that it's great that this modest movement is really offering more options. I think that this idea of being original while respecting the values of the region are very interesting. But of course those codes are also being developed. The abayas are getting shorter for the women to be able to drive in Saudi. So things are definitely changing.